वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि सम्याति नवानि देहि. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. Purport: change of body by the atomic individual soul is an accepted fact. Even the modern scientists who do not believe in the existence of the soul but at the same time cannot explain the source of energy from the heart have to accept continuous changes of body which appear from childhood to youth and from youth to old age. From old age, the change is transferred to another body. This has already been explained in verse 2.13. Transference of the atomic individual soul to another body is made possible by the grace of the super soul. The super soul fulfills the desire of the atomic soul as one friend fulfills the desire of another. The Vedas, like the Mundak Upanishad as well as the Shvetasvatara Upanishad, compare the soul and the super soul to two friendly birds sitting on the same tree. One of the birds, the individual atomic soul, is eating the fruit of the tree, and the other bird, Krishna, is simply watching his friend. Of these two birds, although they are the same in quality, one is captivated by the fruits of the material tree, while the other is simply witnessing the activities of his friend. Krishna is the witnessing bird and Arjuna is the eating bird. Although they are friends, one is still the master and the other is the servant. Forgetfulness of this relationship by the atomic soul is the cause of one's changing his position from one tree to another or from one body to another. The Jeev soul is struggling very hard on the tree of the material body, but as soon as he agrees to accept the other bird as the supreme spiritual master, as Arjuna agreed to do by voluntary surrender unto Krishna for instruction, the subordinate bird immediately becomes free from all lamentations. Both the Mundak Upanishad and Shvetasvatara Upanishad confirm this. Samane vrikshe purusha nimagno nishaya sochati muyamanaha justam yada pashyatya anyam isham asya mahimanam iti vitta shokaha. Although the two birds are in the same tree, the eating bird is fully engrossed with anxiety and moroseness as the enjoyer of the fruits of the tree. But if in some way or other he turns his face to his friend the Lord and knows his glories, at once the suffering bird becomes free from all anxieties. Arjuna has now turned his face towards his eternal friend Krishna and is understanding the Bhagavad Gita from him. And thus, hearing from Krishna, he can understand the supreme glories of the Lord and be free from lamentation. Arjuna is advised herewith by the Lord not to lament for the bodily change of his old grandfather and his teacher. He should rather be happy to kill their bodies in the righteous fight, so that they may be cleansed at once of all reactions from various bodily activities. One who lays down his life on the sacrificial altar or in the proper battlefield is at once cleansed of bodily reactions and promoted to higher status of life. So there was no cause for Arjuna's lamentation. So the soul changes the body just like we change clothes. When clothes becomes old and torn, useless, we happily accept new one, and we don't feel very bad about old, torn, useless clothes. In fact, changing of the clothes is pleasurable for us. We become happy. Similarly, the soul also accepts the new body, just like we accept new clothes. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, there was no cause of lamentation for Arjuna, because all the souls were going to leave their bodies, were going to accept the new bodies. So that was cause of happiness for them, not lamentation. And they were going to go to heavenly planet because they were going to go in front of Lord Krishna. So it was guaranteed. So there was no cause of lamentation for Arjuna. And in so many shlokas it is already explained that soul cannot be killed. So lamentation on the platform of body is not really appreciated in the scriptures. So you can see that sadhus are always happy because they are not on bodily platform. Means those sadhus, those who are self-realized, and they speak strongly. But only the conditioned souls, they are lamenting. This beautiful example from Mundak Upanishad and Shvetashvatara Upanishad illustrates that how we are busy in this material world enjoying the fruits, and how Krishna is just watching us. But while enjoying the fruits, we are suffering also. This is so practical to understand. We are all suffering while enjoying in this world. So somehow or other, if we start hearing glories of Krishna, and if we turn towards Krishna, accept Krishna as spiritual master, accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then there is no cause of lamentation and suffering in this world. Immediately we will become happy. And we all have this experience. When we hear about Krishna, we feel happiness. We get satisfaction. So that's why all the scriptures are recommending us to glorify Krishna, to chant Krishna's name. Especially Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost literature which we should study, we should hear, and we should speak. And just by doing so, we'll be very happy in this life and in the next too. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.